God.
Race to number one. Fall back.
Look, I need police right now. You understand me? Right now!
Can anybody hear me?
Burn everything! Burn it now!
That's a scene from the Oscar-winning movie Argo. The film portrays a daring escape from Iran after the United States Embassy was seized in 1979. Now, the embassy serves as a training facility for Iranian hardliners. It includes a museum with an anti-American focus. Elizabeth Palmer got a rare look inside. She's in Tehran. Elizabeth, good morning.
You know, it's that building is so familiar by now from 1,000 pictures and news reports that it was a little surreal to be standing in front of it, especially as on the surface very little appears to have changed, that is, at least on the outside.
It was 34 years ago that U.S. diplomats were forced out of this embassy. But the building still stands, known among hardliners as the nest of spies. Mohammad Reza Shoghi started our tour by showing us a recent addition, the statue of a U.S. Marine with his hands up.
A real Marine.
Who was one of the prisoners?
The Marines guarding the embassy in 1979 were overrun by a mob of students who stormed the compound at the height of the Iranian Revolution and took 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. For the U.S., it was a trauma. For the Iranian revolutionaries, a triumph. Eventually, they did hand over their captives, but kept the embassy as a training center for the youth wing of the Revolutionary Guard, the Basij.
Wow. So this is a mural that you, the Basij, did this?
As Shoghi leads the way to an anti-U.S. exhibit on the second floor, we pass graffiti that shows the hardliners' deep-seated paranoia and loathing of America. CIA. Upstairs, he tells us, this is the door that led to the CIA headquarters.
Welcome to CIA.
Inside, there's a mock-up of what's supposed to be a classified briefing chaired by the last U.S. ambassador to Iran.
William Sullivan.
And here, in the place of honor in the museum, framed by ceremonial red curtains, there's a life-size sculpture of the moment the revolutionaries stormed the embassy gates.
The Iranian hardliners preserve this idea of America as arch-enemy as carefully as they've preserved the embassy's telex machines.
Hey, that one's even got a tape in it. Look at that.
And to this day, they believe it. In fact, just a few hundred yards away, the Basij are holding a conference on last month's nuclear deal. Predictably, they're against it. It's just an excuse to bully us, politician Ali Reza Zarqani tells them. America is lying to us again. But while this audience is on side with that message, millions of reform-minded Iranians are not. They want to move beyond this sort of clumsy anti-Americanism to a more constructive future. The old guard, though, continues to take its cue firmly from the past.
Now, specifically, the event in the past that still breeds resentment among the hardliners was the CIA-backed coup that toppled Iran's democratically elected government back in 1953. But the new president, Hassan Rouhani, is betting that the majority of Iranians who voted for him back in June are ready to move on. Charlie and Nora?
Wow, Elizabeth